Hi guys, and welcome. When you are watching this, it'll be Sunday, June 15th. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Okay, so let me show you a few things I've discovered since we played with this. And I've been playing with this a lot, as you can see. Let me put those out over there. All right, let me put this over here. Yes, I've been playing a lot with it, as you can see. Okay, let's do this. All right, so the first thing that I said that was wrong on Saturday was that there might be DSP that matches up to this die. There is not DSP for this. This die actually cuts out. Oh, let me get it right here. Actually cuts out those flowers like that. So see how those flowers are? So it actually cuts out those flowers there so you could pop up if you want to be. I don't think they matched any others around here. No, just those. So again, that die matches up to right there. All right, so excuse me, got that figured out. Like I said, there is no DSP either. So also these little dots, and I printed this off the Stampin' Up! Website itself. Those are for the little black accents in the flowers. Let's see. So see how you have the black accents in there? So those are to do accents on the stamped image. Okay, I think that's everything. All right, so let's talk about our third card today. Now I've done some of it already. Let me show you. Because I think an open line image like this just screams for different types of backgrounds. And we'll show you that in a little bit. Here I made, these were the die cutouts, and I used them as stencils. So here, as you can see, I put the stencil down. I took my blends and I tapped on them, you know, on the bone folder, and got that speckled background and then stamped over. So you can see there's all the little air marks. I tried it on this one, and as you can see, I stamped off really bad. So I laid the stencil down first, and then I went to stamp over it, and not the greatest. All right, on that note, let's go ahead, and here's one that I did where I did the masks and left it like this without a black edge line. I think I have, let me grab, I did a lot. Let me do both of these. All right, so what you can do after that is take, get my large block out. Got to angle it just right so everything stays on the block. All right, so like here's this one. You could do it one of two ways. I usually like looking over and stamping right down. So I'm looking over, I'm getting that lined up. Everything's looking good. I'm getting closer. Still looks lined up. Press down. And there you have it. Gives you just a little bit of a different look. Whereas here, let me grab one of these other ones. See, here you have the unstamped, here you have the stamped. So it just gives it a little more definition. Same with these. Let's go here. Let's grab off that flower. Let's get some black ink on it. The other way you can do it, I don't like this way as much. I don't think I'm as good at doing it this way. I like looking over my project and stamping down. But you also can do this. You can actually lay this over and then go down. See, I don't like this because I see right there, see, I have some edges that I think didn't catch on the outside. So I don't like this way as much, but you pretty much get the same results. All right. Here, I actually colored with blends. Now, this is the Timid Tiger. I don't know if you can see. So you can see when it bleeds through which is dark and which is light. But I really don't think there's much of a difference when you look at it between the light and the dark. Whereas you can see, now I did use the remover and took away some of that color. But you still can see where I didn't use the remover, how these are very vast, different looking. But the Timid Tiger kind of looks the same to me. Okay, let's see. So here's, and then these I just, like I said, some of these we just stamped, some of these I did over the course of the day. Let me grab out these two because those are the dies that didn't match up to anything. All right, and here's where we're going to go today. This is called Pointillism. I don't know. So on this one, I put a light layer of that soft sea foam and then took Old Olive and Mossy Meadow and did the little dots. Oops, sorry. So you have a little bit of a base layer, but then you have the dots on top. This I just did with the dots. This I think was Sweet Sorbet. No, it's not Sweet Sorbet. Oh my gosh, that was a different red from a different time. Strawberry Slush. This was Strawberry Slush and Petal Pink. So that was those two colors. Now that one, I didn't do any sort of overall color in the bottom. I just did the dots, as you can see, because you can see the white popping up from underneath. And I think that's the preferred method. Let me show you how we're doing that. Let me grab out my Old Olive and my Mossy Meadow. Now on these, you're going to be using I like using the bold end. And that's where, with the new Stampin' Up, where you don't have the pinpoint, it works so much better. See, here's the old one. See how you have the little plastic at the end and there's just the ink coming out? Whereas the new ones, it's a full bullet. So, but it still works the same, and this does have its spot. So what I like to do is I like to start my dots. I do it more concentrated, closer together around the edges, and then get further apart. I'm doing it very lightly, so I'm not hurting the bullet point of my marker. All right, and you can get it as dark or as light as you want it, depending on how many dots you're putting down. I know. This is where you have a lot of area to speak into. Have a lot of time to talk while you're doing this. So here's how I've done it so far. Then I'm going to come in, like I said, this is the old tip, but it still works the same. Now I'm going to come in and at the edges put in that darker color for a little bit of shading. And I kind of just looking wherever there's a white spot. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Wherever I see a white spot, I'm just going to kind of dot it there now, but I'm going to concentrate on those edges again where I put a lot of those big dots. All right, so let's get those. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. Like I said, if you wanted more colors, and you could use the brush end. I don't like using the brush end only because I'm afraid of, because there you really want to not, because it's going to be a darker dot, and I'm really worried about doing it too hard and possibly hurting the brush end. But you can see I'm just barely touching it. I'm not even really, you can't even hear it. So if you use that brush end, you can get some bigger dots in there. All right, so let's go ahead and use this to finish up a card. I'm going to tear the edges on this. I'll make it a much smaller piece. You guys all know that I love tearing the edge. Now you're going to tear towards you, and the reason you do that, if you want that ragged edge, you need to tear towards you. If you don't want that ragged edge, and here I'll show you that in a second, if you don't want that ragged edge, then you're going to tear away from you. So see how I'm tearing away? Can you see the difference? Ragged edge, no ragged edge. All right, let me take out my garden green dauber, which has some color on it still. I'm just doing a little bit of a light edge on that torn edge. Just giving it a little bit of a highlight. Can't hardly even really see it. But once you put it against something, you're going to see it. Here, let me show you. See, now you put it against that white, you really can see it. All right, I'm going to do a little bit more on this edge. I feel like this edge, I get enough. And I'm just using the residual ink. I'm not dipping it back in because I don't want it to be that busy. Right. Don't think I'm going to use these leaves. Now that I've been working on this, this is going in a completely different direction. All right. Feel like, yeah, I think I'm going to use my soft seafoam here. I have a mess over here. So sorry. Let me put this on my work desk. Get some of this off. All the creations I've made, or the little starter pieces that I've done. Oh, sorry. There's some rain on and off over the last few days, so kind of sniffly. All right, let's take this. This is 8.5 by 5.5. Scoring it at 4 1/4. Just doing that off camera with my trimmer here. Let's go ahead and make this. I'm going to do this the full length of the card. So I'm going to go, oh, is this, oh, I must have done that a weird shape. That wasn't 5.5. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to put that there. I think we're going to pop this up, and we'll put one of our greetings down there. Now on this too, you can tear your papers. Now that's going to give you a white edge because basic cardstock, it's not solid core. This is white core. All right. What that means is if you tear a piece of Stampin' Up! One of the main 50 colors, it is 50 colors, right? Yeah. I got tape on there. If you rip that, it's going to be the same color through and through. Let me do it like this. It's a little easier for me to see. So I'm getting up against that line, I'm getting up against that line, and then I'm laying it down. So I know I have it perfect on the edges. All right. I think I'm going to pop this one up. This is one of the dimensionals I got for the paper pumpkin, so it does not have I did not put the packing tape, the white clear packing tape on it to help keep with the backings. Only because I think the ones in the paper pumpkin, for some reason, I think their backings are just a little different, and it seems like it doesn't work as good when I try to put the packing tape on there. So I do have to peel these off. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll get these out, which are the 2025 to 2027 flat in color pearls. But I think I want to use one of the greetings because I didn't use, on my example, you'll see I didn't use my greetings. So let's see how this, I think that's going to be a little too big. Yeah, so let's use the one that's straight across and we might have fun. This one says you make a difference. Let's go ahead and lay that down so it's straight. Pick it up. Now I'm going to be stamping on 2 different widths here, so wish me luck. So I have the thickness of the card, plus I have the different thickness. Oh, and it's crooked, but I'm leaving it. Very crooked. If I wanted to, I could stamp it on here and layer it up, but I'm fine with that. You'll know that I actually made this card. It's a Roxy card because there's some sort of intrigue in it. In this case, it would be that I stamped it crooked. All right, let me grab out. I think, you know what? I think I want to use last year's. So this is the first year I can remember where they had the in colors. Usually embellishments, they don't have the same style. Usually last year's in colors and this year in colors. One might be like, let's say a glimmer dot, the other a pearl. This year they actually did them both. So let's go ahead, put one of those there. Let's go back to, oops, and let's do one of the darker colors, even though their color's not really in here. But if we put it up here, no, I don't like it. It's that. Just was too off. I'm wondering, let's get the Summer Splash, since that will match to the marker itself. All right, I'll put this over here. Oh, I have to clean that up. So there is your quick card. Let's show you the others that I made. So this one, I took 3 of those and layered them. Used the ephemera pack. This is the Greetings for All Mix and Match that I use a lot of. So group those together. Here I use daubers to color for that really soft look. You see how it lightly has the leftover of the Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Darling Duckling. So I took what ink I had left on those finger daubers and I colored in the flowers. And then used that garden green again on the leaves. So there you are, guys. There's some examples using the Thankful Garden bundle and masks. Thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up. Share with your friends and on social media. Subscribe and follow. Subscribe if you haven't already. Most of all, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye for now.